What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Unplayable. This is round 2 of the Showcase series, where we are going to see Faith from Outmaneuver and the Impossible German from Garbage Rollers playing a mirror match. Sabine Green. Coach, before we even get started, we got 4 green beans in the top 4 of this tournament. What's going on?
Four beans in a pod, man.
Perfect. And I'm going to leave it at that. So let's go ahead and jump on over and hear from our competitors, Coach.
Well, I thought that I was just playing a deck that I thought was fun and was, hey, cool, playing hero when everybody's super into villain. But now, heading into the top 4, every single deck remaining is Sabine Green. So that's fun. I'm heading into this match with Faith, and it's a mirror match. And so I've been kind of racking my brain for the last couple days as to how to approach it. And theoretically, somebody's the beat down, and somebody needs to play more control and try to eke advantage out a different way. And I could try to do that. I could try to game it, or I could just burn as fast as possible and just race to the bottom. And I've decided that that's funnier. And so it's what we're gonna do. So Faith, best of luck to you. May the man who draws the most copies of For Cause win. Probably.
All right. Well, you heard it from the Impossible German himself. He is going to try to make this game as fast as possible. You think that's the right game plan going into this?
Burn,
baby.
It's definitely a game plan.
Is it the right game plan?
Name of the game? Go face. Face is the place. I think he's got a strategy locked in.
Sometimes that's all you need. So let's hear from Faith and see if he has any strategy going into this.
We did it. We beat Sabine in round 1, and now we get to be the aggro deck. There's nothing faster than Sabine, and we beat it. Looks like our next opponent is Impossible German. So let's show Impossible German what a real Blitzkrieg looks like. And by the way, Garbage Rollers, this isn't Destiny anymore. It's now Star Wars Unlimited.
It is, in fact, not Star Wars Destiny. He is absolutely right on that. So there you have it.
That is accurate.
He has the experience. He's already beat one green bean. He's just got to do it one more time, right?
That's true. He's going to have the most experience at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure. So
absolutely.
We'll see if that proves well for Faith.
Yep. Let's get to the gameplay. So it looks like Faith is going to be going first, and that's probably what you want in the mirror match here, Coach.
I would agree. I think, your game plan is to burn your opponent down. You want to be the first one to do that.
So what are we resourcing? We got Impossible German. Jason said he's putting all that trash back. Meanwhile, Faith is going to resource one of the Battlefield Marines he's got, and probably a Rebel Assault or Freedom Fighters, if I had to take a wild guess.
Yeah, I think Rebel Assault's an okay choice here. And Jason's drawn an A-Wing, which is pretty nice. And Faith, I noticed in the game versus Bobby Sapphire, he was really prioritizing space. And in this hand, he didn't have the option and did not mulligan.
Right. So this could be good for Jason, depending on what happens.
This is kind of just how games go, right? We've got A-Wing on one side, we got Marine on the other side.
Marine on the other.
Some ping damage from Sabine. This is so far a very Sabine game.
Yes, and Jason sticking to his guns. He is trying to make this go as fast as possible, and you can see that by choosing to use the ping damage, which we've seen in previous mirror matches. Doesn't always happen.
Absolutely. And Fleet Lieutenant here does a lot of work.
5 damage. It's just like that. And just like
Jason's
that.
also got a Fleet Lieutenant, so let's see if he chooses to drop that.
Clearly.
He does.
Gets the 5. Initiative token getting taken, which is interesting.
Yeah. No ECL on Jason's side.
Nope.
He can
and the
can
ping
save
damage
that to use with the Freedom Fighters in a second.
Correct.
Over here, we're already at 7 damage per player.
7 damage per player, and it's only round 3. Let's see what we got here, Coach. Rebel Assault is kind of nice when you have 2 rebels on board. I mean, that's a lot of damage.
Definitely. Sorry about the hand nonsense going on right there.
Yeah, you can blame that on Jason. I don't know what he's doing, Coach.
Right,
he does play the Rebel Assault, though. Getting in a lot of damage.
All right.
Sabine's coming out on both sides. He does not have a medal ceremony. The Metal Ceremony could be pretty clutch here for
It's going to be real
Faith.
nice because Faith is going to. Oh, and we got
our first
crash.
disconnect. We got our first tabletop simulator crash, guys. Just buckle in.
Yep. Cannot wait for physical games. So let's skip ahead a little bit and figure out when we're back. All right, we're back.
Yep, we had a little crash, and as you can see, Sabine is no longer a showcase. You can thank that to Faith. We got about 6 TTS crashes simply because he just couldn't help himself. He had to have that showcase.
Had to have the showcase.
But we do have Sabine coming out, and then ECL on Jason's side to take out the Fleet Lieutenant with his Freedom Fighters, which is good because if he got that Metal Ceremony off, he would not have been able to make a good trade with either of those characters.
So this ECL K2 play is something that we've seen twice now from Faith.
Yep.
Specifically into a Fighters for Freedom that has 1 health left.
Yep.
And it's been really good both times. And this time it's even better because he's going to get basically +3/+3 off that Metal Ceremony.
Yep. So is in the mirror here, do you wait for them to ECL so you can ECL back with the K2, whatever that they ECL?
It seems like that's probably a good strategy.
Like immediate return from the ECLs, which is really interesting to see.
Totally.
And Metal Ceremony coming in absolutely clutch.
And Faith is also a few actions ahead here, which is really great for him.
Yep. So playing that Metal Ceremony does not put him in a bad position.
Yeah. And they're both at pretty
and
low
he's got
life
the
totals.
Rebel Assault.
The Rebel Assault just does it.
That just wins you the game,
if
Coach.
he doesn't have Rebel Assault, he can deal a maximum of 5. Oh no, yeah, a maximum of 5 with that heroic sacrifice. So not quite dead. But it's much worse for him if he doesn't have Rebel Assault here.
Yeah. Rebel Assault gets it done, though.
That is such a clutch draw right there.
Very nice. Very nice.
And that's game 1.
That is game 1.
A blazing fast game 1.
Makes these videos easy for us when it's just all Sabine decks. I like it, Coach. I like it.
The rest of this round is going to go pretty quick, guys. All right, and let's go see if they sideboarded anything this round. So, looking at Impossible German's sideboard, he brought in 3 copies of Steadfast Battalion, and he removed 3 copies of U-Wing Reinforcement. So, I'm pretty surprised to see the 3 U-Wing Reinforcements in the main deck, but maybe he expected to come up against a bunch of control, and Steadfast Battalion is just an insane card. So
I think everybody expected to come up against a bunch of control into this tournament, which is funny. But I'm not surprised it's coming out. And Steadfast Battalion is really, really good. So, I mean, being able to ECL that in and do shenanigans is great.
It's insane. So Faith took out a U-Wing Reinforcement, a Guerrilla Attack Pod, and 2 Fighters for Freedom, and brought in 2 copies of Bright Hope, which we saw do work in his games against Bobby Sapphire, and 2 copies of Heroic Sacrifice.
Makes sense. Solid choices.
All right, so we're moving into game 2.
Game 2. Let's see what we got here, Coach. All right, on Jason's side, we've got stupid looking hand, and over here we got the choice between, like, if you keep this, which you probably are, you now have interesting. So he's locking in on going ground no matter what by resourcing both of those X-Wings.
Yeah, interesting. It worked out for him last game.
Yeah, I mean, you could go Battlefield Marine here, Wing Leader next turn, and then Sentinel up with the Bright Hope if you need to, the following turn, and that's great.
It's interesting because it doesn't give you the option to dodge going second, and it's not something that I would have expected.
Right. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe he's like, I'm just gonna lock in here.
He does have the Wing Leader to buff the Marine, so even if his opponent plays in the other arena, he's got a unit that can really do some damage.
Yep. And then Jason also has Wing Leader to put on the A-Wing. So we've seen this story one too many times, Coach.
It's going to be a fast game either way.
Seen this story one too many times, and that Bright Hope is going to be so good. He better hope he draws into a Fleet Lieutenant. All right, we're already going to the next round. 5 damage on both bases. No ping damage from either Sabine here. I think Jason has decided that's probably not the best decision. and avoid doing that at all costs.
Is he abandoning his burn plan?
I think he's just gonna be a little more strategic,
A little more
with his burn plan.
cautious.
Yeah.
A slow burn.
Oh, he brought the K. He was considering resourcing K2 or the defender. K2 with ECL is just so good.
Oh, interesting.
But he's getting rid of it. He said, "No, thank you, coach."
I think he knows he's playing Bright Hope this turn.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. Echo Base Defender does look really good against Sabine.
Yeah.
Because Sabine can't take it out in one hit.
Swinging in with the wing leader first. That we saw Jack do this. He did that exact same thing, and then David played Bright Hope in this exact situation. Same board state, everything. But Jack had the Fleet Lieutenant to be able to take out the Bright Hope with his A-Wing. I wonder if that's going to happen here or not. Do you even bother playing the... you have to, right? I mean, I guess you don't have to, but...
Yeah, you don't have to.
It just seems smart. There we go. There it is.
Ends up being a lot of damage that you're saving.
It saves so much, especially since he has both units up there in space.
Mm-hmm.
And it saves your A-Wing or your wing leader from being hit, so you get to at least swing with your wing leader.
Yeah, Bright Hope has been huge in both of these games here that we've seen from Faith.
I don't think that Jason has a Fleet Lieutenant here, so he has to just swing in for face value.
Yeah,
like even if you had like a red 3 or something to play, then he would be able to do it in one swing, but he doesn't. Comes the wing leader for some ping damage, and then it's gonna be Sabine coming out. Battlefield Marine is at 5, so he can just defeat Sabine if Sabine does flip. That's brutal.
That's pretty nasty.
That's brutal. They're doing one each. He still has 4 resources, so I'm wondering. Yeah. I can't see what Jason's hand is.
He's got 2 K2s in hand, and I mean neither of them are really that great into this Battlefield Marine, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think he's just deciding on what he's going to do. Or earlier in the game, he had a Steadfast Battalion, I believe, and maybe you just wait and flip Sabine next turn and play that. Try to get some value that way, but that really slows down your game plan. We got a 4 cause off the top.
I think he's probably thinking along the lines of K2 ECLing here isn't going to bring me much value, so I'd rather just go ahead and
burn
some damage and see if I can get my K2 out next turn. Or my Steadfast Battalion ECL into his Sabine.
Let's see if he puts any of these on top here. Echo Base Defender could be interesting. Could protect some other units. The Rebel Assault would have been nice this turn to be able to get through the Bright Hope.
Mm-hmm. It's putting both on top.
Rebel Assault next turn's interesting because you can use it and attack the wing leader into Bright Hope and then the A-Wing at your opponent's base.
The other option he has here is if he does bring Sabine out, next turn he can use K2 to ECL into the...
Yeah, into the Marine.
Yeah, and get 1 Overwhelm plus the 3. At least an option.
Yep. Yeah, that's not a bad plan. So he's got 1, 2... He's got 5, 6 damage from the Rebel Assault there, which would put Faith at 19. And then if that's another 4 total damage from K2, it's not quite enough. I think he's
but
2
then
off
Sabine
there.
Ping?
Is he 1 off or 2 off if that happens? I think he's 2 off,
I'm not
unfortunately.
Sure. Oh, and he got the Metal Ceremony, so he's not even getting any overwhelm damage.
Oof.
That Metal Ceremony is really clutch.
It's just coming in clutch, these games.
I think specifically in the mirror is where Metal Ceremony is like crazy good.
Yeah.
I think it's really bad against something like Boba.
In the mirror, like when your opponent doesn't want to trade into your stuff anyway,
yeah,
your stuff is almost always living and you're just able to get max value out of it.
Yeah. Whereas against Boba or any control deck, they're bouncing your stuff, so you're losing the experience, or they're just straight up defeating your stuff, so you're losing experience. He's trading the wing leader into Bright Hope and then letting the A-Wing swing for a total of 5?
5. 6.
6.
Oh, 6 because of the +1 off of the Rebels.
Yep. 6. Now, Faith is deciding, Well, let's see. He needs to do 13 damage. That guy is 6, plus Sabine being 4.
Yeah, so that's 10.
Plus 3 more.
Yeah, 13.
That's 13.
How much did you say you needed to do?
I don't remember. Not 13.
No, he needs to deal what? 6 more? No, 8 more here. And he's got 9? No. He's got 7. 1 away. So that keep fighting in hand is
keep fighting.
Gonna come in handy. Let's see if Jason can find a way out of this. Neither player has used ECL this game.
Nope. I mean, you could K2 ECL here. Okay. The defender that we saw him put back on top of his deck coming in just to keep him from dying. That's not bad. So now Sabine can defeat the defender, and then you can play the keep fighting and deal the 6.
Oh, sure.
If you wanted to. And then 3 more from Wing Leader here. So he still has lethal, even with the defender.
Yep. Yeah, takes out the defender, goes to 18, goes to 21, and then readies with Sabine and deals the last 4. But Steadfast Battalion is also going to do it. Because this
that's
for 4.
That's the same amount, right?
This may, it's the same amount of total damage, I believe.
Probably safer this way.
Yeah, you kill the unit immediately.
There it is. And there it is. The virtual...
Showing both options.
The virtual fist bump.
Man, these games were fast. These games
very
were quick.
fast. At least they were both relatively close.
Yeah, very close games.
I think every aggro matchup we've seen has came to within an action of each other almost, because they are just so fast.
Something I love so much about this game is you never feel like you're quite out.
Yes. And I think in this matchup specifically, getting to get that initiative token plays such a vital role in winning. So you can probably pinpoint one action that you could have not taken.
Sure.
And got to go first in the last round to swing for the damage. So it's interesting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's hear what our competitors have to say about this round of the Showcase Series.
Well, that went about as I thought it would. Very, very quick games. I tried to burn the world, and the world burned me. It's a classic tale of hubris. I feel ashamed that I didn't sideboard in the Jawa Scavenger, which could have really been the difference maker in that matchup. Good job to Faith, I think. Not entirely sure that he wasn't cheating in some form or fashion, crashing the game all those times with his fancy showcase, Sabine, and talking trash about the name of our channel. But, his punishment is that he had a Sabine green mirror in the first round, and then he just had one, and he's gonna have one in the finals. So I hope you enjoy a taste of your own medicine in the finals, Faith. And to everybody else, just be careful. It's hot out there. It's real hot.
Sabine? Again? Really? I just want to play against a different deck. In the mirror match, it's all about just getting lucky and drawing the right cards. Fortunately, we pulled out a win. Like match 1, Bright Hope was our MVP. Impossible German, I'm sorry that the Showcase Sabine crashed the mod. I wasn't trying to cheat. Come and join us in the finals. Cheer on, Outmaneuver, have, #Faith and Faith, as I represent Team Beard. Let's go. Let's take down Season 1.
Well, there you have it. Team Beard takes the cake on this one. Not much to say. Thank both Garbage Rollers and thank Outmaneuver, Faith, and Impossible German. Both awesome people. Thank you guys so much for playing in this tournament and series. And Faith, we will see you in the next round. And you did a great job, Impossible German. But unfortunately, you are the weakest link. Anything else to say in closing, Coach?
That's it. I hope you guys are ready for more Green Sabine mirrors, because we're going to see a lot of this. By the end of this, Jay and I are going to be experts at that match. And by experts, I mean that we're still going to get half of the stuff that we say wrong. So we love you. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye.